to the channel. My name is Ali, so I'm glad you're here. I just got up and I'm gonna do my morning wake and shake. We just dyed Tina yesterday. The color will fade over time, but I wanted to kind of switch her up for a little bit, so we did go darker, and I wanted to see what it was gonna look like next day. All right, y'all. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see what she's gonna look like. I just did it yesterday and styled her yesterday. Oh wow, yeah. I think it's really pretty though. There's something about dyeing curls black that just make them pop. I don't know. But I did not use any kind of styling cream yesterday. I actually only used K18 leave-in molecular hair mask. That's it, that's all that's in my hair, because I had dyed my hair, so I was like, okay, well, I wanna make sure I take care of her, you know what I'm saying? And the health and integrity. So I did use that as my leave-in, and I really feel like it did a good job. That's all that I put in my hair. But y'all know, okay, you've been rocking with me for a bit, you know that I prefer frizzy, fluffy, free. It's what I live by, okay? I don't know, that's just been my favorite way, because something I really feel like is important to talk about is having fine hair. I have fine hair, but I also have high density hair. So when you're talking about hair strands, I think people can get confused where you're talking about like thickness versus density. Density is the amount of hair per square inch on your scalp, versus like hair thickness, or it being like fine, is talking about the individual strands themselves. And something that I've found really important is understanding if you have fine hair versus thick hair, and understanding the different densities, because when you style your hair, it makes a very big difference. For example, I cannot use heavy creams and heavy like stronghold gels. Those don't work well for my hair. So I stay away from gels. I typically go for mousse and a cream. And a lot of the creams I use are like leave-in conditioners. Those are what really work best for me, unless it's my Miss Jessie's Pillow Soft Curls cream. I've fallen in love recently with the Risso's Curls Curl Defining Cream. But otherwise, I like to use a lot of leave-in conditioners, and then I'll throw on a mousse over that. That's been kind of my go-to. But when I style with a mousse, I always make sure to apply it from like the middle of my strands down, staying away from my roots. That way I can get as much volume as possible, especially with having fine hair. My hair will get weighed down very easily. But I wanted to debrief and talk about the movie I just got back from filming, which is called Soul Cirque. And I had the honor of working beside Tony Grant, who is the lead singer of The Temptations. He ended up playing my husband in the movie. So I played a mom, and it's a family movie, and it is so good. It's so funny, like I'm so excited. But a lot of it is centered around overcoming self-doubt, you know, finding your inner strength and seeing your power, and not letting others get to you in terms of like avoiding chasing your dreams. And there's just so many great lessons to learn in this film, and it just aligned perfectly with who I am as a person. And to play a mom, it was so much fun. So I'm really excited for y'all to see it. But it was so cool because I've never experienced, you know, this before, filming a movie, but I've done commercials, and I've done like I went on tour for the Wild and Out tour and was a Wild and Out girl. Like, I've done things in my life that have been so fun, and I'm so thankful. But doing a movie is a whole different animal. Like, the amount of time and work and memorizing lines, I was a little intimidated at first. I was really nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this off and remember these lines. But having a very supportive team and like working with wonderful people, I mean, we were taken care of. I was picked up from the airport. We filmed in Texas, and taken to my hotel. And then we had obviously taken care of with like food. We were spoiled every day, well taken care of, and had our breaks. But I don't know, I'm feeling very grateful. My anxiety kind of flared up a little bit before I got there, and I was nervous that it was going to continue to like flare up and ruin things, because one thing about me is I not only am a recovering people pleaser, but I am recovering like from severe anxiety attacks and panic attacks. The healing process through that has been very hard, but I was in therapy for it and it made a difference. And I can definitely say that I've come a very long way. I brought my anxiety medication with me when we went there, but I did not have to take it. I worked really hard at working on it myself, breathing, exercising, tapping, just making sure that I was like, it sounds silly, but it works. So my therapist told me, you know, separate yourself from your anxiety. And if you could look at your anxiety, what would you tell it? Like if it was a human being standing in front of you, what would you say? So anytime I start to get in my head, I would literally start to talk to my anxiety and just be like, I'm not gonna put up with it. You're not gonna hold me back. I have dreams, I have aspirations, I have goals. You're not going to prevent me from showing up. This was the first time I met everyone in person because I had been like talking to them over Zoom and doing table reads and stuff. So it was my first time actually seeing people in person and meeting everyone, but meeting everyone was so much fun and everyone's so kind, and I'm just very thankful that I was able to experience this. But just know that it was a lot of fun and I am honored. Memorizing lines was something that I was worried about, but I don't know, when you put your mind to it, I spent time every day. Like I would put a lot of my lines in my phone, and if I was just out somewhere running errands and I was waiting, I would just like go through my lines and read them and talk to myself, and in my car, in the shower, like I was always reading my lines. It worked out, but I don't know, I just know at the end of the day, whatever I end up doing in my life, I want to make an impact on people in a very positive way. I want to give back to my community. I want to show up for people. I want people to know that they are not alone. I am very passionate about mental health, so I really want people to know that you are valued, you matter. I see you, and that's why I do what I do with natural hair. It's deeper than just hair. And that's the important part for me, is that relationship you have with your hair, but the relationship you have with yourself. That is something that I am very passionate about. So I want to continue showing up for people and helping people in meaningful ways. So I'm excited to see where this chapter leads. I mean, this is like, this is definitely I'm opening a new door. So, you know, when one door closes, another one opens. And for a little bit there, I was like beating myself up because I didn't feel like I was doing enough. I know it sounds crazy, but I have got to be better at celebrating my little wins. And something that I am being better about is I still throw myself pity parties, but I don't live there. You know what I'm saying? Like I cry and get frustrated, take the time I need, and then I pick my pieces up, put it back together, and we keep it trucking because I have things to do and I'm not gonna give up, and I don't want y'all to give up either. I'm telling you, it's like it's hard because if you're imagining like being here and here and your goal is here, 80% of people give up here. No one's clapping for you. It's quiet. You feel like you're not getting ahead. People aren't seeing you. You're getting rejected. You're hearing no a lot. But that time when it's the hardest is when you should push even harder, because that is a breakthrough about to happen. I am telling you. And something I'm learning is you gotta trust the timing. Everything happens when it's supposed to. So yeah, but I'm very grateful. And again, the movie's called Soul Cirque. It's a family movie. I play the mom, Patricia. So I'm just excited for y'all to see it. Anyway, with that being said, that's all I have for this morning. I just kind of wanted to debrief, and yeah. Okay guys, so I will see you in my next video. I'm already gonna start the next video. I'm excited, but love you, miss you already. Okay, I'll see you soon.